Well, the best day trade of 2025 has occurred. Guys, we made over $1,300 in one day of day trading. Now, obviously, you guys know that I am a base hit type of trader, meaning, I take profit at 1, 2, 3%. And today we had an astonishing move, well over 2%. And this brought a profit over $1,300. So welcome, guys. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Carter. I am a full-time trader in the market, and I have been for over the past 7 years. And with that being said, we do have an amazing school where I teach people strategies, how to find stocks, my approach, all things trading. It's fantastic. It's like a college class. It's an 8-week course that you guys have lifetime access to with private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, a final exam. So check it out down below. And we're doing 50% off. Only 3 spots left for that code. Code SUMMER. The summer sale is here for 50% off. Only 3 spots left. So make sure you guys sign up. The sale does end tomorrow. So make sure you guys sign up before the sale ends, and I'll see you guys in there, and let's jump into this. So like I said, today was absolutely a beautiful, beautiful trade today on Tesla. Over the past couple of days, really, we've just been taking a step back from swing trading and really focusing on day trading. And the reason why is because of volatility. Right now, holding a position overnight just increases the risk with the stock. And the reason why is because, what we have a tendency of seeing is we'll buy a stock and then some sort of tariff announcement comes out, or some sort of announcement that causes the stock market to sell off quite a bit. So what are some ways around that is to day trade. So let's look at the stock here. And this is Tesla. This is the stock that we traded today. Tesla squeezed up over 3%, which is, for us as day traders, guys, I had to throw on my USA shirt because the US is, they actually just signed a new deal with the UK, I believe, which caused a lot of momentum. So I threw on my USA shirt because we made some good money today. So what is the strategy? So it's super simple. I love the expression MISS, M-I-S-S, make it simple, stupid. I'm not the type of day trader, to be completely honest with you, where I'm going to have 30 different charts up. I'm going to have scanners, monitors. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I know there's momentum traders that do that. I'm more of a technical trader. So with Tesla here, we were talking about this stock here, over the past couple of days, and just by looking at it, look at the support zone, right? So it hits this red zone here, and we have a ton of buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. Hits it, buying pressure. So now as we look at the stock, you go, okay, well, it's simple. You just buy in the zone. Well, that's one step, of course, right? And we also have the resistance zone up here, which it is starting to approach it, and we did get that little dip down here after hours. So now here, it's very simple. So this is the hourly time frame, okay? So each candlestick represents 1 hour. Some of you might just go, well, just buy down here. And that may seem, like the best opportunity. But if you think about it, that this stock could easily just continue to sell off down and down and down. So you want to get in on some sort of confirmation with indicators and moving average lines or something to give you more confirmation of buying pressure. So after I look at the 1 hour and I try to find support or a trend or some sort of moving average line in our favor, the next thing I do is I go to the 5-minute chart here. And this was where we actually really, really took this trade to the next levels, because we brought these moving average lines up here, and you guys can see that during these pre-market hours, right, it sold off and was getting a bunch of buying pressure on these moving average lines, right? It hits them with buying pressure, right? It hits it, buying pressure, hits it, buying pressure. So what we did here is we actually saw this thing hit that 90-day moving average line 2 times, right? Once, twice. It established some nice support here, and we missed this move, right? I'll be completely honest with you. We were thinking of doing the pre-market, gap, strategy, but it just didn't happen. The stock squeezed up too fast for me, and I felt like I was more of chasing and play. And obviously, it paid off well that I didn't get into it, because it sold off like crazy within like a couple of minutes. So started stair stepping its way down, and then this, okay. This is where we saw the stock here, and it formed, as we look at it and we can zoom in here, it formed this beautiful, beautiful doji star, okay? You guys can see where it almost looks like a T, Okay. This historically is a very, very bullish candlestick for a stock. So, what we did is we wanted to wait for the cross to close higher than the high of that previous candle. So, it popped up here and we got in near around 281. Okay. That's the thought process I had behind it because we did have a couple of things, right? We had this general downward trend. Okay. So, it was really kind of more of a little mini breakout strategy here, keeping our stops below that at about 279. So let's break this down. So getting in on that first push up above that doji, keeping our stop loss below here for a possible push, right, up to my thought process at the time actually was these highs here. So it was about a 2-to-1 risk versus reward, which honestly isn't too bad. Risking $1 to make $2 isn't that big of a trade, right? So now here the stock popped up, and over this past week, for those of you that have been following the channel, what has been my biggest mistake is not holding positions longer, right? We've taken a variety of trades from Tesla to SPY, and we've made good money, $400 here, $150 here. But, as we watch these plays over the course of, a trading day, it really, we missed out on a massive amount of opportunity. So what I did here is very simple. We just kept our stop loss a little tighter and we put it below some of these moving average lines. So now as it curled up, started to dip down, keeping our stops pretty much break even at that share price, and it hit that moving average line and rallied up, right? Use that 50-day EMA line, so that yellow line, hit it and rallied its way up here. Now, one of the things here that I really thought we were going to get a lot of selling pressure was on this, okay? This is another doji star, okay? Historically, this is when it's up at highs, right? This could be a very, very bearish thing for the stock to do. Start selling off. So what do? You see if it closes not above it, but below it. Since it didn't, and it rallied its way up here, and then we started to get some sell-off. This is kind of where we started to thin out and get out of the position here, was on that general downward trend like such. So as it started selling off, we started averaging out, right? Making a astonishing return of over $1,300. Now, obviously, we of course looked at that minute chart here, and you guys can see the approach very, very simple on this. Okay, so as we zoom out here, let's zoom in. It rallied up, sold off like crazy. Now, this one here on the minute chart did look a little different because there's just a little more candles. So as we look at this here, you can see, right, there was a decent little trend line going in that direction here. But more importantly, we had a really good MACD crossover where that MACD indicator, that signal line, breaks up through, right, that MACD line. So it still was a good entry at about that 280, that 281 area. So it was already above that 200-day moving average line. It was already about to break out on, on the trend there. And it just continued to rally, keeping our stop loss very tight here, right near and around the 278.9, 278 area. So then as that stock curled up, we almost got stopped out here and just rallied its way up. So it worked out very, very nice. I'm happy I learned from my mistakes over this past week of not holding positions longer. So now going into next week, going into the last trading day, honestly, on Friday, we're most likely going to just take a little step back. We've been very, 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 very profitable this week here. So we're going to take a step back, just watch the market. And of course, if there's an A+ setup, we'll probably take a small trade on it. But the last thing I want to do is think I know everything with the market and jump into a heavy position and get absolutely obliterated. So we're going to take a step back here for sure on Friday and just kind of watch the market. So guys, hope you guys all enjoyed this. But guys, one of the best trading weeks and day trading weeks that I personally have ever had, right? We're up well over, like over $2,000 in profit, which is astonishing. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out our school, sign up with Moo, and we'll see you guys. Take care.